today's episode, we talked to the new movie, Brothers by Blood. He's Jay, I'm Leon, that's Ben.
Three bros with three opinions, all about movies.
You already know what it is. This is Movie Jazz.
Let's go.
I don't hate this movie, but I definitely don't love this movie.
This movie had a lot of potential. Didn't hit the mark.
It did have a lot of potential. I will say the plot that they put together for this was really good.
Get into it for me.
Really good. So you've got the Irish and you've got the Italians. And it's in Philadelphia.
Philly.
And they hate each other, but they each run a little bit. Well, actually, no. The Irish run their little tiny pocket of stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of the businesses and stuff with the government. And the Irish, they run everything else.
The Italians run everything
the Italians run everything else.
All the construction, all the unions.
Well, and for years, they kind of had this agreement, like, you know, you do your thing, we'll do our thing, we'll leave you alone.
We'll give you a little cut of the pie, but you're not...
It's good to go, as long as you leave us alone.
Yeah.
But then, Joe Kinnaman's character, Michael, he's now the head of the Irish family.
Yep.
If you'd call it a family. And he kind of oversteps his bounds and starts some heavy tension with the Italians, and they don't like it.
He tries stepping on their toes and taking some of their properties.
Yeah, their land and their territories.
That ain't gonna work.
That's not gonna work. So
ain't gonna work.
That is the main problem. That's the main plot point for what goes wrong. But how they got there was really good because it goes back. There's some flashbacks. And I really
like the flashbacks.
They were really good because they really built the story. And it's about the flashbacks are about the two main characters' parents, their dads, who were in their roles back in the past.
Because Peter, who's the main character, and Michael, who's the main character, are cousins.
Right.
Yeah. And their fathers were the heads back in the day.
And now they're the heads. And it's a generational thing. It builds to the twist. It builds to the twist in the movie, which I guess we won't spoil, but it's a big twist about how their parents dealt with each other in the past.
Right.
And that I really liked that. I really enjoyed the way that they just took it and they didn't care. They didn't care if they offended anybody. They're just like, we're going to make this hardcore. And they did. But it was so slow.
It was.
It was so slow.
It was extreme. You made a great point. It reminded me of Jungleland, how slow it was, where it kept climbing, and it never got to that tippy top. It kind of just plateaued and then just kind of ends.
Right, yeah. So Jungleland was with Charlie Hunnam, and it was just like this. They really wanted you to know that this is a dreary, drab, depressing, very dramatic thing, and they did a great job with that. But they had nothing else to fill it in to keep you occupied. You know, like you and I were talking about The Sopranos, to where The Sopranos nails it. They nail the drama,
crushed it.
They nail the comedy, and they nail the action.
You're also talking about one of the best series of all time, arguably the best.
Right.
Glad I heard you say that.
Arguably.
Right.
Glad I heard you say that.
If you're going to make these kind of movies that are crime, mob dramas and stuff.
Cut that and send it to me.
That section. But if you're going to make a crime, mob drama, you have to balance it. You have to balance the family drama with the action. This was all family drama.
Here's the thing too. Also, when you're talking about any type of gangster / mafia type movies, if you go to war with another family or another whatever, you need to show some of that.
All right, so
if someone dies, you need to show them die. You can't just be like, oh, by the way, the guy we talked about earlier, he's dead now. Like that just totally rips your heart out. Like, well, show it. That's what we want to see. That's what entertains us. We don't want to hear some guy say, oh, this guy was killed, by the way. No. Show it. Show the guy, I don't know, getting out of the car and getting shot by 15 people. I mean, show it.
And we're not going to spoil it, but one of the main characters does get shot, and they don't show that either.
Nothing.
No, you just accept it.
It's a phone call. It's like, so-and-so shot. And he's like, I'm on my way. I'm like, please show me what happened.
If they do that with a sub-character, it's fine. But when you're involving your main characters, let us know what happened.
Yeah.
Let us know what happened. And they didn't do that in this.
Yeah.
And they, like you said, it just flatlined the whole way through. There was no peaks and valleys. There was no peak to anything. It was just flatlined the whole way through. And in the ending, I knew it was coming.
Yeah.
You knew it was coming. And sometimes...
We're not going to spoil that, right?
No. Right. Sometimes it's okay if you know it's coming. But in this, it was so flat the whole way through. I was just like, finally, thank God. Thank God they did it.
Then there was no build up to that moment.
Nope.
There was no build up to that moment.
So this movie had a great plot. Great. I think the acting was fine. I didn't have a problem with any of the acting.
Was it Matthias Schoenaerts?
Schoenaerts. I don't know if you say his name, but he's Peter. He was really good.
I think Matthias. I love him in movies. I remember the first time I really saw him was in The Drop, which came out in 2014. It was with James Gandolfini. It was another type of kind of like gangster style movie where they ran a bar, whatever. He was in that, and he was great.
Right.
So he plays this kind of character amazingly. I just wanted to see.
Yeah, I didn't have a problem with any of the acting in this. It was just the way they pulled you through the story was too slow.
Yeah.
And they didn't show you anything. Nothing. You saw nothing. Like a little bit of a boxing fight here, but that had really nothing to do with the main story.
That was like something. Like 10 minutes of action.
Yeah, there was a high intense scene with a horse. Cool scene. I enjoyed the scene. I liked the development they did to show you the depth of how crazy the character was. But then it fell flat after that.
I didn't really like the character development of Michael.
Well, he was.
You think he was over the top?
I don't think it was really over the top.
Like
there was no development. That's just who he was from the get-go.
That's who he was, but I'm just like, I don't know. I just expected more out of him.
Yeah, Peter's character was really good.
Especially with like a villain type. Like, there was nothing that you really liked him about him either.
Right.
You were just like, okay, this guy dies. I don't care. Just move on to somebody else.
I thought he was super annoying throughout the entire movie.
Yeah.
But you saw all of his flaws and nothing that was good. So every villain, to make a good villain, they have to have some qualities that make you say, yeah, maybe he's kind of right about that. Or maybe I
like him.
You have to,
or I hate him, but I love to hate him. Like, there has to be something.
To have a good villain, you have to be sympathetic. Even though you know it's evil, you have to be sympathetic to their cause a little bit. Like, there has to be a reason why they're doing it. So if you have a good villain, hey, my family was destroyed by X person, or my family was, the government took everything from my family. It's my turn to get it back. You have to sympathize with why they're doing the crazy stuff they're doing.
You have to care about what happened to them.
Like Rita with Power Rangers, like, you gotta love her.
Oh yeah, Rita's tight. But they didn't say any of that. So let's just be done with this, because this movie, it's a ho-hum. It's a ho-hum movie. It's watchable. It's okay. Great idea. Great idea.
I lost interest so quick though, like early on, within the first like 40 minutes. I was like,
But if you put this in the hands of a very skilled director, I think it would have been a great movie.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm just gonna rate it. It's a flat 5, like I've said about other movies, because I can watch this. I watched it. I did not hate it, but I'll never watch this.
You want to go next, or I'm gonna go?
Yeah, I'll go 6.1.
All right.
Okay. I'm kind of on the same thing. I'm a big like mafia guy, so I love watching the family.
Yeah.
You have to have structure in your family too. I mean, that killed me. You can't have a structure. We don't know the rankings of anybody. It's just random guys hanging out. Like, I don't know. The whole mafia side for me just fell so flat. So I'll give it a 6.1.
I'm gonna go with a flat 4.
4. Okay.
I lost interest, and the problem I had too was, like, I've seen so many of these movies and like good movies. Yeah, this fell so flat. It wasn't anything special.
That's a really good point. You're making a movie that's been done really well in the past
so many times.
Yeah. You're going to be compared to those.
But the thing is, you have the cast to do it too.
Oh, yeah, they're good.
That's why I think it was so disappointing. Because you have a great cast and you just didn't deliver.
And like you guys said, the plot was good. It's just that it wasn't like meshed together well.
No.
It was like they had the right ingredients to make a cake, but they put the flour in last.
Yeah.
Like,
so if you want to watch this, it's not unwatchable. It's just if you don't watch it, you're not going to miss anything.
Exactly.
I think you should watch it. Let us know how you feel about it, because it's getting terrible reviews everywhere else.
It is, yeah.
We're kind of it's a little bit better than the reviews say, but we'd like to see yours.
All right, like and subscribe, and we're out.